All right, we're recording. Go ahead.
Okay, so as I'm sure everyone saw, we just got back from the cruise. It was amazing, and I want to make sure like everyone knows exactly how to get on the next trip because I don't want anyone missing out. And it's pretty simple. You just have to hit Success Club, but I did want to go over a couple things. I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right, so for those of you who don't know, the Success Club trip next year is in Punta Cana. That is in Dominican Republic, and it's at an all-inclusive resort. So like drinks, food, everything is included. And for it to be completely free, you have to earn 1,200 trip dollars, which is 100% doable. But it will include like live workouts, super trainers. We get training workshops that you can go to. There's a ton of fun parties and activities. Like it's amazing and totally worth it. And per this slide, there's also resort credits you can use. But yeah, like Emmy said, all of the your heart can take. So to qualify, you have to have 10 Success Club points by March 31st. That's already passed. If you didn't hit that, you can still get on the trip, but you have to like hustle hard pretty much. Because I know Amber mentioned like she's gotten it even without like the sufficient points in the first quarter. So like if you don't have 10 Success Club points, don't throw in the towel and be like, oh, well, I didn't get on a trip. Like, it's not even worth it anymore. Like, definitely it is worth it to try still. And this is one of the first trips where there will be 2 waves. So some of us will be on sunrise, some will be on sunset, but they're exactly the same trip. And I wanted to show you guys this really cool tracker I found. But pretty much I'll upload this to the Saw Your Heart Out coach resources files, whatever that section is. But pretty much you can like check off how many Success Club points you've got per quarter. And then this is to track your trip dollars. So if you hit SC10 every month of the year, your trip will be 100% paid for. And if you hit at least Success Club 6, so like Success Club, your Success Club points are worth more trip dollars, if that would make sense. So like here, 1 Success Club point is 10 trip dollars, hitting Success Club 10 equals 10 trip dollars for every Success Club point. So yeah, you can make up for trip dollars. Like let's say, for example, this month you hit Success Club 6, but then next month you hit Success Club 12. That'll still help you like earn it for free because that's in the same quarter. So your trip dollars will be calculated like on a quarter basis. So like January to March, April to June, yeah, July to September, August or October to December. But yeah, the goal is Success Club 10. So pretty simple. And like we've all said before, Success Club is like the #1 thing you need to do for any goal that you have in this business, honestly. So like hitting diamond, hitting emerald, hitting 1 star, Success Club will help you do all those things. And if you have not opted in for this trip, this is the Success Club trip website. It's just www.successclubtrip.com/2020. But a short link is bit.ly/opt-in2020. And that'll take you straight to the opt-in form, which you do need to fill out to get invited, period. Even if you think you didn't have enough Success Club points for the first quarter, it does not hurt to just opt in. So if you have not done this or you're not sure, just go ahead and do it like right now. Just bit.ly. I'll put this in the chat, but that's pretty much it. Anyone have any questions on that? I know I kind of like sped through it. Nope. Okay, thanks. Emmy, are you talking?
I was, but I was just saying thank you for breaking that down. That was super simple.
Yeah. Yep. like Carolyn said, you can get extra credits too. Pretty much the more you hustle, the more fun you'll have on these trips.
Yeah, I was having issues unmuting myself, but can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't find the button. It disappeared. But yeah, thank you for that. The chart you made is pretty cool too. Like
I didn't make that. I'm now seeing the comments. I take 0 credit for that. I just found this coach who like randomly does all these cool forms.
Well, I love it. And thank you for being a scavenger and hunting and finding things. Great. Thank you. So tonight's call is mainly for those of you who are brand new. This is our new coach call. So if you're brand new, welcome. If you want to introduce yourself in the chat, I think that would be really fun to just let us know who you are, who's your coach, where you're from, and maybe a fun fact about you so we can all get to know you. If you are not brand new, maybe just share something successful that happened in your business this week or something that you want to celebrate, something you're excited about, just so we can get that chat going. But tonight, we're going to teach you effective ways to launch your business. And those of you who are not brand new, like we said, this is also a great call for you to be on because this is going to help you become a better leader and help you learn how to teach and train your coaches as well. So, Emmy, I'm not sure how you want to divide this, or if anyone else on this call who wants to hop in, just feel free to do so. But I can pull up the document. We can go from there if I can figure out what the heck's happening on my computer. It's not letting me do anything.
We can do it same breakdown as last time if you want. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, just let me see if this is actually gonna work. Do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we'll split when we get to the halfway, and you'll do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, like we said, welcome to your new coach call. We're super stoked that you're here. If you're watching the recording, we're happy that you found this recording and you're taking the steps necessary to move your business forward. The first thing we want you guys to understand is that this business is something that, yes, you have a coach and yes, you have a team, but ultimately your success is dependent on you and what you choose to do or choose not to do. It's not your coach's responsibility for you to have success. It is your responsibility. So we just want to kind of put that out there. Every coach on this call and every coach on our team is successful because of the actions that they took in their business. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. Obviously, we're here to help you, but we can't do the things for you. So we just want you to know going into it that you will have to do some work to get to where you want to be. Also, I want to very quickly mention something called the escalator principle, and I want to kind of help you picture when you were little and you were in the mall and you saw the escalator going down. I'm sure maybe you tried to run up it when it was going down. Maybe your mom didn't let you do it because she didn't want you to get hurt, but that would probably cross your mind like, man, that would be fun to like try to run up the escalator going down. And I want you to kind of think of this business as doing exactly that. You're running up an escalator that's going down for a couple of reasons. Number one, this business takes momentum to get going. You can't expect to show up one day and not show up for a week and then show up another day and then take a week off and expect to get your business off the ground. It does take consistent action over time, just like running up an escalator going down does. If you are running up an escalator that's going down and you decide you're going to stop running, guess what? You're going to be at the bottom of the escalator again. You're going to have to get all of the energy and all of that motivation to get going again. So don't make that mistake in your business. Don't take off so much time in your business or take off so many days in your business where you lose that steam, because it could really hurt you more than help you. That's not to say like it's bad to unplug. It's totally 100% okay to do so. I think it's actually healthy to unplug from social media for an extended period of time in a day. Like you shouldn't be on your phone from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, but it's important for you to find that balance and find the balance of working my business and having success and being consistent and also, you know, unplugging and being present in your life. So when you get to the top of the escalator that's going down, you get to a platform and you can run because you're no longer on the escalator. You got off of it. And that's when you can really hit the ground running. And in this business, when you get to that top of the escalator, I'd like to think the top of that escalator is hitting 2-star, because that's where you can not that it gets easier. It never really gets super easy. You always have to work. I've been in this business for 5 years. I'm still in the trenches. I'm still working. I'm still showing up in my business, just like I'm telling you to. But it does kind of shift, and it does change, and the type of activities you're doing shifts a little bit, and the amount of time that you're spending kind of changes. So just keep it in mind that you're going to be consistent. You're going to show up daily. Just imagine like someone who's watching you or following you, and they're waiting for you. They're watching you. They're deciding if they want to join you. And then that one day that you decide not to show up is the day that they're ready to join you. And then they go to your page, and then they don't see you showing up. They don't see you on your story. They don't see you posting. They don't see anything that it looks like you're not doing it anymore. And that just kind of proves their point of like, oh, well, maybe this isn't serious, or maybe she's not really doing it, So you always want to show up, because you never know the day that somebody's going to be ready to join you. So with that, sorry, my dog just decided he was going to go underneath of my desk, and it completely moved. So with that as well, personal development is something that is super important for you and your business, because your mindset is kind of like the motor in your car. Your brain is the motor for your body. The engine in the car is the motor for the car. And if your motor's not working, your car's not going anywhere. So your brain has to be filled with things that make you feel inspired, things that, maybe you struggle with self-doubt, maybe you struggle with confidence issues, maybe you don't feel like you're a good leader. All of these things can be worked on through personal development. So whether that means you listen to a podcast in the car on the way to work, or maybe that means you have time in the morning where you can read, or before you go to bed, just as long as you're spending like 15 minutes at the very minimum doing something positive for your mindset is going to be key in helping you have success in this business. I know it sounds like it has nothing to do with success, but trust me, 9 times out of 10 when coaches are struggling, it has to do everything with their mindset, and they're usually not doing personal development, or they're not doing the right kind of personal development. So make sure you hone in on that and pick a book that is going to inspire you. You can reach out to your coach for a suggestion. If you want to drop some suggestions in the chat while this call's going on, if you have a specific book that you think would be awesome. I know like The Compound Effect is a great one for new coaches, or The Slight Edge. It's more of like a business mindset kind of book as well. But there's so many great books out there. So make sure you're either listening or you're reading something inspiring each day. And I also want to encourage you to make this a 1-year commitment. I want to see you guys a year from now. So you can look back and look at all the amazing things that you did in your life, in your business, not just financially, not just physically, but like you're going to be a completely different person a year from now. If you really stick to this and make it your mission to be here a year from now, you will surprise yourself at how much you can actually do and how much change you can create in your life and the lives of other people who are out there waiting for you to reach out to them. So 1-year commitment, obviously you're going to be a coach longer than that, but give yourself at least a solid year of consistency, of showing up every day before you decide if this is for you or not. Because 1 year is not a long time in a business like this. 1 year is like probably like 2 months or so in a normal business. Like this is something that is brand new to everyone when they get started, and we all have to learn. We all start at the same spot. So you promise yourself you're going to be here a year from now so that you can look back and be so proud of yourself for all that you've done. Okay, sorry, my dog's distracting me. So something else that's really important as well before you even start reaching out to people and building your business is asking yourself, why am I here? Like, why am I a coach? What is it that I want to do? Not only for myself, but what is the mission that I have? What kind of people do I want to help? Who do I want to help? What kind of change do I want to create in the world? And then also ask yourself some personal questions, like what's missing from my life right now? Would more money be helpful for me? I don't think anyone would say no to that. We can all use a little more dough. How much extra time would my life be better if I had more time? What if I had more freedom in my life? What would I do with that freedom? More friendships. Maybe you're not so secure in your job and you would like that security financially, or maybe you don't have a purpose. You feel like you don't have a purpose or anything. Like this could give you a purpose. Or you just saw us go on this really awesome trip. Maybe you want more travel in your life. Like literally anything that you could possibly want in your life, this business can do it for you. It doesn't have to be related to fitness. Doesn't have to be related to nutrition. Does not have to be related to finances. It can literally change your life as much as you allow it to. Like if you have to be open-minded and be willing to show up daily for yourself to get all out of this business that you can, but it really can help you in so many ways. So really take the time to sit down and write out those things. You know, in a perfect world, what would my life look like? Where would I live? You know, what time would I wake up? Like, what would my absolute dream life look like? And then start putting in the work every single day to get yourself there, because this business can totally do that for you. Real quick, my story, when I started, I was a teacher. I was in grad school, and I know many of you know this, but my first call, I said, you know, I want to move out of my house because I don't want to be that 30-year-old that lives with their parents. You know, I want to have my own life. I want to be a dog mom. I'd love to not live in New Jersey because it gets freaking cold and I can't stand it. Like, just little things like that. That was my dream back then. And now I'm sitting here in Florida, which is where I always wanted to live because it's nice all the time except for when it rains. And I am a dog mom, and I bought my own home at 26 with my husband. You know, I'm married. There's like so many things in my life that happened that I said I was going to do. Like, I said I was going to be in Florida by the year 2018. Like, that was my goal. And we moved here in 2016. So we did that 2 years before we even had it on our vision board of when we were going to make it happen. And this business allowed us to do that. So no dream is too big for you to put on your board. No dream is too silly. Like, it's your life. So whatever it is you want to achieve, even if you don't think it's something that is even possible for you, put it down, because it could totally happen. If you show up daily, obviously, it's not just going to happen because you wrote it down, but you do have to show up in your business to make that happen. And if anyone's on this call too that wants to kind of share how this business has helped them, I know we do have some veteran coaches on here. I think that would be great for our newer coaches to hear some other stories as well while we go through this. And then also ask yourself how much money you would need to make each month. Like, how much money would you need in your business each month to get excited about doing this? Would it be an extra $100 so that you can pay your car payment? Would it be an extra $200 so you can pay your car payment and get some groceries? Or maybe an extra $500 a month so you can pay your car payment, get some groceries, and go out like twice with your girlfriends and go get a drink at for happy hour? Like, what is it right now that would make it worth it for you? And then also think in the future, could you see yourself doing this full time? You don't have to, but if this is something that you would like to eventually do full time, you totally can. So just really think about kind of short term, long term, wrap your head around like what you want to get out of this business, because the more solid you are in understanding why you're doing this every day, the easier the invites are going to get. The easier it's going to be to make a post. The easier it's going to be to talk to people, because you have a greater vision for your life. And it's not just inviting anymore. It becomes something so much bigger than just messaging someone to see if they want to join you. You're literally going to be handing someone the same golden ticket that you were given to create your life. And now you're giving that to other people every day. And that feels so much more different than just like, I'm just inviting because that's what we do. So I think that's so important for you guys to really have a solid reason behind why it is that you're doing this. So with that, we are going to get a little bit more tactical here, and we're going to invite. Yay! Everyone's favorite thing to do. So the way that we're going to be doing invites tonight might be a little bit different than what those of you who have been coaches for a bit are used to, but we're going to be thinking about our 10 easiest people for us to invite. So if you're brand new and you're fresh off the boat and this is your first time on a call and your first time, doing this, you probably have a lot of people that you could think of that you haven't even told about what you're doing. Maybe that's a mom, dad, brother, sister, fiance, boyfriend, husband. I don't know, maybe you have kids who are 18 and older. I don't know, but maybe you have a cousin or an uncle or an aunt, like someone that you talk to on a regular basis that you would want to share this with. Maybe it's someone who would want to drink Shakeology and support you. Maybe it's someone who you know in your family who could really benefit from Shakeology. Like my mom, she has ulcerative colitis, and she's been drinking Shakeology for 3 years and hasn't had a flare-up since. So that feels amazing knowing that I'm helping my mom, but maybe you have someone like that in your family that you could share this with. Maybe you have a best friend that you want to do these workouts with. It can be accountability buddies. I want you to think of those people. You should have at least 10 of them, but right now what we're going to do, we're going to invite at least 3 of them. Does that sound good, Emmy? About 3? Because I don't know how much time we got. And once you have your 3 people, I want you to put their names in the chat. So comment in the chat the 3 people that you're going to invite. And then what we're going to do is we're going to all invite them together. So it's going to be super simple. We're going to teach you how to do it. It's not going to be scary. And then by the end of this call, you're going to have 3 people that you already invited that you can start conversations with. And we're going to also help you with that too. So think about 3 people, friends, family members, siblings, mom, dad, significant other, whoever it is that you want to share this with, and write their names down and type them in the chat so we know that people are participating. I see a couple new faces on here, so I should see some names in the chat. And while you're doing that, I'm going to show you some sample invites that you can use to invite these people. Now, what you're going to do is kind of follow a formula called a them, you, them. So you're kind of starting with them, then you're going to you, and then you're turning it back to them. And if this is someone who, you're best friends with, maybe it's your sister, you may or may not say it exactly the way that it says here. I probably wouldn't use all of the words that I see here. If I was messaging my sister, I might be like, hey, you should just do this with me. This is going to be awesome. Let me send you something. You got to watch this. Like, oh my God, let's do this together. Like, I might talk to my sister a little bit more differently than I would maybe talk to my aunt or talk to my husband. So you have to really put this in your own words because, like I said, this isn't exactly how anyone would say it, but it's more so like a guideline. So you basically, what you want to do is connect with this person. You want to tell them the thing that you're involved with. You want to tell them why you want to do it with them, and then ask them if you can send them info. It's very, very simple. So I'll read one of them. So as I'm reading it, maybe you can kind of write out what you want to say so that you have your sample invite kind of crafted. So it's super easy for you to just kind of copy that and paste that to your 3 people that you're going to invite. So for example, maybe your invite sounds something like, hey mom, or hey Aunt Sue, I'm still freaking out, but I committed to this fitness boot camp group for the next 3 weeks, and I'd love to have you do it with me so we can hold each other accountable. Did you have any goals you're working on? If so, I think this could be really perfect. Can I send you some info about it? So that's just a sample, like I said. So what I want you to do is write that in your own words. As you can see on the bottom, there's one that's more so for a parent or a sibling. It's a different way, kind of asking for someone to be your testimonial, could you drink this shake and get results and help me start my business type of approach if you want to do that. But just starting with people that it's just more comfortable because these people. It's not like you have to form a relationship and get to know them. It's not going to be icky or weird for you to message your best friend or message your mom. Another tactic you can do is take a screenshot of your coach's results and say, hey, I just joined this thing. This looks awesome. Look at her results. Let's get results together. If that's how you would talk to your BFF, then do that. But these are just here to serve a purpose of an example. So let's see who we got in here. People are sharing their stories. Lauren has 3 people. Valeria's got 3 people. Anyone else have 3 people? Lindsay's got 3. Awesome. Tasha's got 3. Sweet. So those of you who have your 3, what you're going to do, like I said, is send that invite. Owner is Shelby, I think. Hey, Sarah, Amanda, and Audra. Okay, sweet. So these 3 people that you have, we're going to invite them. Everyone who has 3 people, yay, everyone's got 3. Awesome. So you're going to send that invite to them. And you can use this as an example, like I said. I can also pull up I think this might be even more helpful, the thing that we've put together here. This might be even more helpful to show example invite. But this is the structure of an invite. So you're connecting, you're reaching out, you're explaining what you're doing, you're connecting, why I thought of you. You're asking them if they would take a peek, and then you're taking the pressure off. If not, no worries, no big deal, but I just wanted to share it with you. So I think that might be a little bit easier to use right now for this kind of call to create your invite. And then you're going to send that to your 3 people. So I'm going to I can't put music on because I'm recording the call, but if you want to kind of hum a tune in your head while you're doing it for fun, that might work. Or once you're done doing all of those 3 invites, just drop a "I'm done" or whatever you want in the chat so we know that you did it. And if you have a question, please ask, because there's lots of people on this call who can help you. Like if you're not sure how to word it or whatever, if you need help, just ask. Like that awkward silence. I'm sorry, I can't put music on. I could sing, but I don't think you want me to do that. Is it silent because we're all working, or is anyone confused? If you're confused, just let us know. Yeah, it would make it more awkward if I sang, I agree. Let's see. Valeria's done. Emmy's done. Oh, you want me to say? I read that wrong. All right, let's see who else is in here. Tasha, how are you doing with your 3? Alicia's done. Lindsay's
Good,
done.
sorry, I'm working on it. Daughter was in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, it's okay. Just wanted to check in on you. Ruby, yeah, so a certain amount of weeks. It just depends on what program you're doing. So like if you're doing 21-day fix, you can say 3 weeks. If you're doing Lift 4, you can say 8 weeks. You know, it just depends on the program. You can say 4 week if you're doing like a month-long group, whatever you want to put there. There's no like right or wrong answer there. Good question, though. You're welcome. How you doing, Shelby?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it.
Kelsey's done. Whoop, whoop. We just shared the gift with lots of people. How cool. All at once. Throw it on the ground. Sorry. I'm going to mute myself or I'm going to start cracking up. Yay, Shelby, you're done. Rebecca's done. Bam. Valeria, oh, Rebecca just hopped on. What are we doing? We're just sitting here looking at each other. No, we're inviting people. So if you want to think of your 3 people and send out 3 invites, that would be ideal so you can catch up. But Emmy is now going to help you with the part 2 because obviously you're inviting people. You're going to get some responses. They're going to message you back, and we don't want you to be frozen with fear and not know what to do from here on, like the next step. So Emmy is going to take it from here.
All right, cool. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right, if you're still working on your invites, just keep doing that real quick and then just let us know when you're done, but I think that's almost everybody. So yeah, we have a system here, and this really takes all of the guessing out of how to run your business. I mean, this whole business, the lifeblood of it is inviting, and so this just makes it so you're never going to be in a scenario where you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say, like, I don't know how to, you know, every step of the conversation, you do not have to be trying to figure it out or create some amazing paragraph to say. This does all the work for you, and we have this system in place for a reason. We're not giving you this because we don't trust that you guys can lead the conversation on your own. We have this here because it works. We've all been using it for years, and it was created by people who are network marketing experts. And really, you know, I use a script, and I'm 4 years in, and I use this system because it works, and it keeps you from word vomiting. It keeps you from going all over the place and going off on tangents and not getting them the concise information that they need to decide if they want to join you or not. And our job is not to convince anybody. It's not to push products on people. It's really just to invite them, which is what we just did. That's the hardest part, and you guys just did that, and it took like no time. So you know that you can do it every single day. So our job is to invite people and then share what it is that we offer and help them. Whether they end up signing up, great. If not, we're still going to help them by sending something of value to them to let them know that, like, hey, you're not just a quick buck to me. I'm not just here to make some money. I'm really here to help you and care about you. And as somebody who's been doing this for a while, I can tell you that almost every single person who I sign up in a given month is somebody who I talked to either months or years ago, who initially told me no, and who remembered me, and when they were ready, they came back, or I came back and followed up with them, and now they're here. So anyway, this little flow chart thing is the whole system. And Carolyn, if you want to go ahead and click on the cheat sheet, this is all embedded in your training, so you guys will have this document. Actually, could you do me a favor, Carolyn, and like share, like grab the share link and then paste it in the chat for this so that everybody has it right now? Because what I want you guys to do is go ahead and bookmark this so that in a day or a week from now or whenever you're in the midst of a conversation with somebody, you don't have to necessarily go to your coach for every step. You are empowered to lead these conversations because you know what to do. So this is something I want, yeah, that worked. All of y'all, if you could please, if you're on a computer, open that document and bookmark it right now so that you don't lose it. I mean, it's easy to find in our team pages, but go ahead and bookmark it so you have no excuse. Because this lays it all out for you. And we're not going to go over this word by word on this call because you're going to have it, but this is just basically like a Bible of how to talk to people, how to have your conversations flow from the very beginning. So the 3 people that you guys just invited right now, those were your 3 easiest, meaning you didn't have to spend time starting the conversation from square one because they were likely friends and family who already know you and who it's not weird to go to and just say, hey, check this thing out, you should do it. But when you are going to do your invites tomorrow or the day after, eventually you're going to run out of those easiest people and you're going to have to start reaching out to people you don't know as well. And so this document walks you through how to form that initial relationship and then how to go ahead and invite them. And Carolyn already showed you guys this page, but this is really the guide to invites. I send 10 to 40 invites using this structure every single day of my business. And this is still the template I use, and it works. So use it. Don't feel like you need to go reinvent the wheel. It's all already invented for you guys. So as we discussed, that's your invite template. There's some examples there. And as with all of this that we're showing you, these are not meant to be used verbatim. If that does not sound like something you would say to somebody in real life, change it up. But the structure is the important part. It's kind of like a Mad Lib. You can change bits and pieces of it to make it sound like you, but the structure where you're reaching out, you're explaining, you're connecting, you're asking, and then you're taking the pressure off, those bolded parts of that, that's what's important, and that's what should not change. I will just say, like, a small caveat, it does not count as an invite to just message somebody and be like, hey girl, how's everything going? That's a reach out. That's not an invite. To be an invite, you have to actually ask something like, if I were to send you more info, would you be willing to take a peek? So you always want to end it in a question like that so they have something to respond to. So you've done that. You've sent 3 right now. You'll send more tomorrow. After they say, because they're probably all going to say, yeah, that sounds actually awesome, so, like, send me more. This walks you through exactly what to send. So I'm going to use the example that I assume probably most of you were inviting people to learn more about the fitness side of this, because the way I see invites is there's like 2 distinctive types of invites. You're sending invites to people that you would love to join you on the fitness side of this and be a challenger and join your challenge group or your coach's challenge group, the first part. Thank you for that. If you're unclear. And then there's coach invites where you're asking people, hey, I think you would actually make an awesome coach. I'm building this business from scratch and I'm brand new, but I would love to build it with you. And that's exactly how you can phrase it when you're new, by the way. So those are 2 different pools of invites. We're going to go with the first example. If you're inviting to a challenge group, once they say yes, tell me more, you can scroll on down and this walks you through it. You don't have to remember this or take notes or anything. Can you scroll down to where it says, go back up. See that where am I looking? Yeah, this walks you through the sequence. I'm trying to, like, I've lost it. The part where it says, like, if they say yes, tell me more, scroll down and ask these questions. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay. So yeah, if they say yes, thanks. If they say yes, tell me more. You're going to scroll down. Sorry, I see what you're doing now. You're going to scroll down to the questions on page 4, like it says. And this is the part of the conversation where you want to be personal and you want to get to know that person a little bit more, because you do have to get to know a little bit more about them before you just slap a video on them and be like, here's a breakdown of what it is that I offer. You don't just want to be like, cool, I'm doing Beachbody and I'm P90X and Sanity Aura programs. We also have Shakeology and 21-Day Fix. Like, you don't know what to offer them until you've gotten to know them. So these are some example questions you could ask that person once they say yes. You don't have to ask all of them. You don't have to ask exactly these, but just to dig into what their existing situation is like, where they're at right now, and where they want to go. And once you get the answers to that, this is where you can spend a little extra time kind of peeling back the layers, digging in. I sort of feel like a therapist at some points during these conversations, because people are going to spill stuff to you that's like really personal and, you know, really raw, real goals of theirs that are really meaningful. And to me, this is the heart of this whole business, is when you're talking to people and they're sharing their stories with you and you're able to relate back and say, oh my God, that sounds exactly like where I was a couple years ago. I struggled with that my whole life too. And because of this system, I was able to achieve X, Y, and Z. And that's where you're going to relate to people. And with that, just like listen to your gut and your heart and everything. We don't need a script to tell you how to be a real person. You just want to be a real person and empathize and talk to them like you would if you were talking to them at the grocery store, okay? So you're going to ask them some of these questions. Once you have a good grasp, like, I don't spend forever, you know, maybe like a few back and forth. Sometimes people just want to write novels and it takes a little longer, but once you kind of wrung their goals dry and know what it is they want to achieve, you're going to have a good idea of what to send them. And this is when you go back to the third-party tool sheet, which is a really important document, which you might want to also separately bookmark. It's embedded in this other document. So if you've saved the first document, you already have it, but this is technically a separate document. This does all of the explaining for you. This is probably the most, I don't want to say the most important part. This is the most important tangible tool we have for you guys. Third-party tools just do all the explaining. So instead of you trying to word vomit and break down everything we offer and what Shakeology is and what the price is, you're really just going to rely on already created videos that you can send these people once you know their goals. For example, if somebody shares with you that they really want to get back in shape after having a baby, but they only have 20 minutes a day, then maybe a program like Transform 20 would be perfect. And then you can send them, if you scroll down, there's lots of different fitness programs that we have links to, so you could send them the Transform 20 promo. I like to send people a couple options and then be like, tell me which one looks more like you, okay? And they're gonna be like, oh, actually Lift 4 looks amazing. That's right up my alley. I love lifting. Then you're like, awesome, perfect. That will be great for you because X, Y, and Z, because you shared you are super busy and this workout's only 4 days a week, whatever. And then the very last thing you're gonna send is where you actually break down what it is they're getting and the price. We have a couple ways to do that here. And again, you guys can scroll through all this on your own time, but we have a basic price presentation already written out. I also have filmed a video that I will probably, Carolyn, remind me, I need to send you if you want to add it to this. I have a video version of this where it's just me saying it over video and like showing them the bag of Shakeology and everything. And I know a lot of my personal coaches, you guys already have that, but I need to add that. But anyway, you can send them this price breakdown, and this is still when I'm saying it via text, that's exactly what I say. It's a kind of Mad Lib situation again, so you're gonna obviously not copy and paste it just like that. You got to insert the program you're suggesting and the price. And if you're not sure about this, if you're not sure at any of these points, obviously ask one of us. And you can also go to the website and see the challenge packs and see the prices. But if you're like not sure which one to recommend, that's where we can come in and help. But those two documents, that proven script file, and then this third-party tool sheet is literally everything you need to run your business. If you're new, I would suggest you print these. For sure, bookmark them and take a day to or not even a day, take an hour to read through everything. It's going to save you having to ask a lot of questions down the road, because almost everything you ask me, I'm going to refer you back to one of these sheets because it's all spelled out for you. So if you want to run back to the proven scripts really quick, I'll wrap that up. So like I said, it's not our job to sell. It's not our job to convince people to buy things. We're just here to help them determine if this is a good solution for them or not. And so after we've sent something, we always want to follow up. I never send a video out into the internet without saying, okay, I'm going to send you this 10-minute video that summarizes what it is you're going to get. Can I check back in at 8 p.m. tonight? Will you have seen it by then? That's a really key thing to remember, is you don't just want to send stuff out without arranging a time you're going to check back in. When you check back in, you're always going to phrase it positively, like it has under the follow-up. You're going to say, what did you like best about that? Wasn't that awesome? Something positive versus, what did you think? That's a really good tip to remember. When you say, what did you think? It opens the door for them to complain about stuff, so phrase it positively. And then we're going to sort these people into kind of their level of readiness. We call it sorting people into apples. So again, you can read through all this on your own time. It has specific wording where you can ask them to kind of determine their interest level. A lot of people are going to be green apples, which is somebody who still has questions, somebody who's not quite sure. Then we're going to go back to the third-party resource and find a resource that answers whatever question they have, and continue to do all the explaining with third-party resources. That's really key. And that's why this business is so duplicatable, because anybody can send a video link, right? It's not like you have to know the answers yourself. It's not like you have to be an expert. You're just really guiding them toward their resource that they need that's going to answer their question. So 80% of people will have another question. 10% of people are going to be red apples, which are people that are like, that looks perfect, sign me up, take my money. That's pretty rare. And then if you want to scroll down a tiny bit more, 10% of people are going to be rotten apples, which are people that it is not for them, and you do not want to waste your time trying to convince them. Maybe they'll come back someday, maybe not, but there's no greater waste of time than trying to convince somebody. I've had people say things to me recently like, I would never touch anything Beachbody related, and I'm like, okay, bye, like, thank you next. And actually, if you click on the apple, it takes you to the thank you next music video in case you need to be reminded of that. Do not chase rotten apples. You're totally a red apple. Yeah, I mean, a lot of y'all were red apples. I was a green apple. I needed some more clarification and some more time. So just go into your conversations knowing that most people are going to say no. That's 90% of people are going to say no, or at least not for right now. 10% of people are ready to go. That's why you have to invite people every day. That's why you have to be tenacious and follow up with them and keep asking them in another month. But that's really it. You guys can read the rest of that on your own time. But like I said, bookmark these. Take a little bit to digest them, because it's going to help you so much versus just like winging it with your conversations. World's biggest apple. All right. Did I leave anything out, Carolyn? I was like speed talking. I'm literally winded.
No, I think that was great. I just think we should wrap it up and give them some action steps kind of moving forward. We can go off of this if we want, just kind of follow the typical system. So, we didn't talk about the 30-day business goals.
Oh, no, we did not
do that. So let me share the screen again. That was on the other paper. That's why. Oops. See, we have notes too, guys. Like, as many times as we do these, we still use our notes. So, and
I have that third-party tool sheet pulled up every day of my life. I'm still sending all those too. So
yeah. Basically this is where you really want to focus on. If you're a brand new coach, you've like a 30-day roadmap, 30-day goals to complete. And the really cool thing about these goals is, number one, all of these things are going to move your business forward. All of these things are going to create income for you. All of these things are going to, level up your business. They're going to bring friends to your life. They're going to help you just improve your life in so many ways. And you can achieve all three of these things with one foul swoop. So the way that the first goal works is you are going to sign up 2 people to be a part of your team. Now, you just invited 3. You're probably going to have to invite some more. You may or may not get all 3 of those people to say yes. But when you have 2 people that want to join you and be a part of your team, you are what's called an Emerald coach. So if you have this document, if you click this little video icon, a video will pop up. It'll explain to you all about Emerald, why you need to hit Emerald as quickly as possible, why you should sign up your spouse and the benefits of that. But one thing that I can say about hitting Emerald and why you should do it quickly is because the longer you wait, the more money you're leaving on the table, essentially. Like, the longer you wait to hit Emerald, you're just literally leaving money on the table, because every week you're going to see volume in your account, and the only people who get to keep their volume are Emerald and above coaches. So if you're just ranked like coach right now, the money will come in, but at the end of the week, it's going to go down to zero and you're not going to get any of it. And that's not fun to just like watch your money just vanish. So getting the Emerald quickly is essential to maximizing your earning potential. If you have a spouse or a parent or a sibling or a friend or a family member that will help you get there, it's really great to have a control center, to have another person that you have control over their business. Let's say you have a husband or a fiance or whatever, and you also, maybe you get Shakeology, but you also want to try Energize, which is our pre-workout. Or maybe you also want to try our beach bars, which are really yummy. You can order those things under your spouse account. And what that does is it also, you benefit 2 times, because you're getting the product, but you're also getting the volume from their account. So it gives you more play in your business. But right now, the biggest thing is just getting those 2 people on board and making sure one of them is someone that you have control over. Also, becoming a success starter month 1, we talked a little bit about helping people and how to hit Success Club. Essentially, Success Club is helping 3 people every single month. And if you're constantly inviting people and you're being really good about following up with people and you're sharing your journey on social media, Success Club is not hard. It is not something that should be made to be hard. And if you're doing those things consistently, it shouldn't be. So when you help 3 people, you get 2 points per person. That's 6 points total, and that puts you in what's called the Success Club. And when you do that for your first 3 months, your month 1, which would be, what's this month? April, May, and June, those 3 months, then you're going to earn a free ticket to go to Summit, which is amazing, and you don't want to miss out. It's going to be so awesome this year. And you're going to earn a free ticket to go the following year. But if you want to go this year, you still can. The tickets are on sale. They're on promo pricing right now until the 7th of April. So if you want to grab that while you can, I highly suggest doing that. And Summit's just like a really awesome event where we all work out together. We go to parties. We have team dinners. We learn from leaders in the company, and you just get to hear. And the biggest thing is like see how much bigger this is. Like, it's so much bigger than what you think it is. It's so much bigger than yourself. Like, you're a part of something that is like literally so much bigger than what you could ever imagine. And the change that we're making as a network is incredible. And until you get there, it's really hard to kind of put that into words. So definitely, if you're serious about your business, you will be there, whether it's this year or next year, because you're going to be here a year from now, remember. Either way, getting there is super important for your business, because everyone who goes to Summit, coaches who go to Summit see their businesses grow. Coaches who go to Summit earn more money than coaches who don't. It's just one of those things that, it boosts your credibility, and it boosts your confidence as a coach. And then number 3 is get into profit mode. So if you help 3 people, you are already in profit mode. Like, you probably invested $160 minimum to be here. You help 3 people, you're already in profit mode. If you sign up 5 people with the All Access Challenge Pack, you made $250. You made more money than you spent. Therefore, you're in profit mode. So hitting Success Club 10, let's say you want to shoot for helping 5 people instead of 3, you're earning back all the money, your shakes are free, and you made money on top of it. $250 in your pocket that you didn't have yesterday by helping 5 people. And the more people you help, obviously the more money you will be earning each month. So basically, to do all these things, all you have to do is help 3 people get started with the challenge pack, and 2 of them to be coaches. But I really encourage you to offer the coach discount to everyone, because it's something that they could benefit from. And I feel like nobody offered it to me. This is a funny story. So nobody offered the coach discount to me at first. So what I did was I canceled my shakes after my first month. And then somebody else offered me the discount, so I signed up with them. So my original coach is missing out on a coach like me who could be making them money, and they're missing out on that because they never offered me the opportunity to join their team. So now I am where I am, which is where I'm meant to be. But it's just kind of funny. So you never know who your next rock star is going to be. Lots of coaches on this call started out as discount coaches, had no real desire to build a business, and now they're building a business that, is fully supporting their family and supporting themselves and allowing them to do things they never thought they could. So these are things you want to push for in your first 30 days. You don't want to set goals like signing up 2 people. You shouldn't take more than like a week to do that. It's not something that should take you 2 months to find 2 people. If you're passionate about what you're doing, if you're excited about what you're doing, it should be super easy for you to find 2 people. But if you're only going to invite 2 people, it's going to be really hard for you to find 2 people. So you have to invite more than what you want. You want to sign up 2 people, you might have to invite 20 or so people. And that's how it goes. Like, you can't expect that everyone's going to say yes, because not everyone will. Not everyone's going to be at 12 o'clock when you reach out to them. You think of the hands on a clock. If someone's only at 2 o'clock and you invite them, they're not ready. Maybe the next time you reach out to them, they're at 7 o'clock. Still not ready, but they're closer. And then that third time you reach out to them, they're at 12 o'clock. They've hit rock bottom. They're ready for you to help them. That's when they're going to join you. So you always want to be following up and never counting anybody out, because you never know what they need in their life. And this can help people in so many ways. So these are your goals for your first 30 days. And then just to give you some action steps so you don't leave this call and you're like, wow, I'm so excited and I'm inspired, but I don't know what to do. We want you to, if you haven't already, go live in a team page, whether that's Sweat Your Heart Out, Imagination, Fit to Fly, whether that's Team Empower, Aim High, whatever team page that you are in, you will be going live and sharing your story and kind of introducing yourself so we can get to know you, share a little bit more about your goals and why you're a coach. You had that time to kind of think about that. So share that if you haven't yet. Also, we want you to continue to invite daily, continue to invite off of that list that you have. It's not just like, okay, the next call, I'll invite 3 more. No, you have to keep doing it daily, a little bit at a time, so that you can get into a routine with that. We also want you to just start using the documents we shared with you, start implementing the proven scripts, start using the third-party tools when you're talking to people. And then one more thing that you should do is make a post on your social media, whether it's your Instagram, your Facebook, both, whether you want to go live or you want to make a regular post, and just let people know what you're doing without fully letting them know what you're doing. Kind of create curiosity around it. Let them know that, maybe you're starting to realize that your health is super important, or maybe talk about, I was looking in the mirror last week and I didn't recognize who I was anymore. Really share your story, because your story is what's going to help you connect with people. I remember literally that moment, staring in the mirror, looking at myself like, whoa, girl, what did you allow to happen to yourself? This is not you. And I was just so unhappy with myself. I remember that moment. I remember what I was feeling. I remember those emotions. So think about what that was for you. Or, maybe share parts of your why, and share parts of why you're doing this and what you're excited for this to do for yourself. And let people know to check back and follow your journey, because over the next however many days, 30 days, 21 days, whatever program you're doing, you're going to come back and you're going to share your results, and they're going to be waiting for them because you're telling them you're going to come back. So it kind of creates that accountability for you to stay on track, and also allows people to know what to look for. But then what that does is it builds trust, it builds credibility in the program. So you're really working on creating your success story right now. And as you start sharing little bits and pieces of that throughout the time frame of when you started till when you finish that program, maybe you're sharing some of the foods you're eating, or some of the moves you're doing, or how you felt post-workout, or talking about the team, or whatever. As you're adding value, it's going to do more for your business when people know that, they're waiting for that final after photo. But you do not have to wait until you have an after photo to invite people. We want you to invite them now so that they can follow along the journey and be a part of it with you. So yeah, go live on the team page, go post on your social media. If you want to share it with your coach first, if that, you want them to look at it, you can do that. It's up to you. Invite the rest of your list, and start using your business activity tracker, which your coach can send to you. We all use it, even us. We're all the same. We all do the same things. But basically, it's just a checklist of your daily activities, just to keep you on track and take the guesswork out of what you should be doing. There you go. Thanks, Amber. What you should be doing on a daily basis, it tells you, and you do it and you cross it off. So that should be it. I think that covered all of it. Does anyone have any questions or anything? I know a couple people disappeared. I guess their computer died or something. Anyone have questions? Tran, are you ready to be a coach? Oh, she's so darling. Oh, I can't wait to meet her. She's got it. She's ready. No questions? Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that is all. Any last words? Any final things you want to add, Emmy? Oh God, I forgot the dog was under my desk and he licked me.
I don't think so. Yeah, just do all the things and log your stuff daily and track everything, because that's really key. You don't want to just start inviting people willy-nilly and think that you'll keep track of them, because your inbox is like about to blow up, and if you're doing this business right, it will. That's like the sign of a healthy business. So get some sort of tracking method down. You use the business activity tracker we send you. I think that's everything. And if you're one of the leaders who ran the team page last week, hang around, because we're still going to have that quick chat. Do you want to just leave this going? And
yeah, I can stop the recording.